if a new customer comes in, let's treat it like you would in a date. Let's compare the interaction on dating to the first visit of the customer when the customer comes to your shop. In most cases, it's, on a first date, it's coffee, conversation. You're giving each other the sniff test. You're checking them out. Do they like their behavior, and and how you act? Do they want more? Customers doing the same thing. When a first time customer comes to you with an oil change special, or something small, don't minimize that. Don't discount because they didn't buy a lot from you that first time. They're checking you out. They're looking to see, do they trust you? Do they feel comfortable with you? Do they like the staff? And they're looking at the relationship. So you compare it to that first date. It's like, okay, if you pass the sniff test, then you move on to the second date. And second date's dinner, movie, deeper conversation. You're signaling, I want more. And when the customer comes in for that second visit, it's probably going to be months later. They've signaled that they like us, they like the way we operate, and they've also told you this is the beginning of a relationship.
Well, and two, think between the first date and the second date, I would say are very important too, right? Because the first date, you've done a lot of the pre-work, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the second date, these people are like, okay, I no longer have time to look for other repair shops. So I'm going to trust that this essentially is where I'm going to continue to go.
Right.
And not spend that time, right? Time is so valuable to us these days, or any day, really. But
yeah.
And so that's another decision that your customers are making.
Exactly. And this is another interesting statistic. You know how we talked about the $300 in ad spend on getting them to come in the first time? Do you want to know what it is from the first to the second?
What is it?
$10 to $20. It drops dramatically. And typically that's utilizing your CRM, postcards, but it's on an average, it's about, pick it on the high side, $20. So like you nailed it. You're doing the bulk of the work on the front side.
Yep.
And this is where, when the customer comes in on that first visit, you put on your best, everything.
Well, what is the statistic? I mean, and within seconds, somebody makes a decision about you. What is,
Yeah.
I mean, it's within seconds.
It's like 18 seconds at tops. Yeah. It's a really short window. And, I'll talk about it ahead. You never have a second chance to make a first impression. And we'll hit some strategies on when folks first come in. So we go from the second visit or second date to the third date. Well, we know in courting, it's usually a lot longer than, a couple of months. And here, this is probably going to be 6 months. But the third time they're in, it's a lot like popping the question. They're like, okay, should we make this a long-term relationship? They've gotten to the point where they really trust you. They'll buy buy what you suggest. They'll listen to your recommendations. They like how you guys approach doing business with them. And what you've done here is you've laid the groundwork for the long run. And you've laid the groundwork for the next step, which is right on the horizon, which is walking down the aisle.
I wish this was that easy in the dating world. I mean, thank God I'm not dating.
No, I know. I wouldn't want to be dating today, but I dated a long time ago.
Yeah,
it's not fun. And you know what? Been married 40 years, and I'm like a lifetime customer.
Created stickiness there.
Yeah, exactly. And I kind of I know this is kind of a risky thing to look it up against dating, but they kind of go in line. So the fourth visit in. This is what's important for everyone to listen to. That fourth visit, that customer comes to your shop. They've said, we're committing to you for life. And it might have been 6, 8 months, a year, but that fourth visit into your shop, they said, okay, we're going to tie the knot. And now it's so important for you to remember this. They are yours to lose. You've got to do something pretty bad for them to walk out your door.